Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking some ephemera. These are pamphlets and things from Alcatraz. So I'm going to be making a pocket page. And I'm also using this, if you guys remember from a while ago, I had pulled a stencil print and had two stencil print options. And this is the paper that was underneath. So this is going to be the very background. I've also got some really cool some assemblage required products. I've got some ribbons. I have the Scraptember prompt, which is stars, and I have the Simple Stories here in their collection because I like the colors in here, and I think it'll go well with the look I have in mind for this layout. So, got my stuff. Let's see what I can do. So I've got that background paper, and I'm going to trim down a sheet of this vanilla textured cardstock. Now, I don't know if the official name is vanilla, but it looks like vanilla ice cream to me. So that is what I call it. So I'm going to cut that down to 6 inches. I'm going to tape 3 edges. And the reason why I'm taping 3 edges is because if you tape 4, you're not going to be able to treat this like a pocket. I have done that and forgotten that I was going to do a pocket and have actually taped all 4 edges. So you might be thinking, duh, Sandy, but yeah, it has happened in the past. So I am going to go ahead and have this as my base, and then I am going to obviously trim off the extra bit of cardstock because the two 12 by 12 papers don't match up. I feel like this keeps happening to me, that the 12 inches doesn't match the other 12 inches. It's really frustrating to me, guys. Like, it is probably my biggest paper pet peeve right now when it comes to paper crafting. It's not the butterflies in all the collections. It's not the obscene amount of pink in the collections, because, you know, I kind of like pink. It is the fact that 12 inches doesn't mean 12 inches everywhere. Drives me insane. Okay, so that's the back of the layout. I am going to go ahead and tape down this ribbon. I am also going to put some washi tape on there just to give it a little extra oomph to hold on to that place. Now I'm having the edge of my pocket with that ribbon, and then I've got this little trim. It's kind of a little pom-pom trim that I want to add on here as well. Again, I'm going to use my ATG. I'm going to run a line straight down there. And then I'm going to apply that pom-pom trim to the edge of my green ribbon. And I am going to start building my title for the pocket page. So this is one way I like to do pocket pages. Sometimes my title block will go over top of the top line of the pocket. In this case, I decided not to do that because the pom-pom trim is there. I could have cut underneath of the title block so it wouldn't stick up, but I feel like the pocket page is already bulky enough because it has the multiple pamphlets inside of it that I really didn't need to kind of bulk up the title block so that it kind of goes over the pamphlets, if that makes sense. So I've got these awesome products from MK's shop, which is some assemblage required. And I wasn't sure which one of these kind of steampunk pipey type embellishments I was going to use. Ultimately, I decided to go with this one, and I am completely happy with my choice. Not even going to lie, which is a good thing, right? It's like, I'm not going to lie. Great. Please tell me the truth. So I do take the chipboard journey word that is right here, and I'm just coloring it with a Copic marker. It's not really going to give me a whole heck of a lot of color, but it does tint it ever so slightly into the orange realm instead of naked chipboard color. Now, I thought I would also color these stars, those large chipboard stars that I had pulled out to meet the challenge of the prompt. Spoiler alert, I don't use these stars. I go for a different set of stars. Now, I Also realize I had a huge missed opportunity that I did not use my favorite stencil in the world, and that is the All-Star stencil. However, this pocket page was kind of in my head, and that's where I went with it. So I am pulling out some of the Simple Stories products, and I'm just building up a layered title block right now, guys. And like I said, these large chipboard stars are not going to make it on there. The chipboard stars actually made me not like my acrylic piece choice here, and that's why I tried the other piece out again. Ultimately, I realized that it is the stars that are the problem, and I'm going to go ahead and get those out of my life for the day, at least, right? Otherwise, they are actually really cool embellishments. You can do all kinds of things on them: stamp them, paint them, ink them, emboss them, cover them with paper and distress them. There's so many things you could do. I decided that I needed to bring that orangey color that is so prevalent in the top half of the page down to the bottom half of the page, because this is a pocket, and I know that a lot of that background is going to be covered up, but a lot of it isn't, and I wanted to make sure that we had a balance of the color. So I went ahead and kind of matted the tickets there, and I like that little extra pop of orange, and then the other layers of orangey colors that I bring in, I think just it turns it into one complete, I keep calling it a title block. It's kind of like a cluster slash title block slash, decoration. But that is what I ultimately end up with. I end up grabbing these Ellie Studio stars because they were much more close to the size that I needed on this layout. Did not need those big honkin' Mamba Jamba chipboards. And then I realized that when I punched out the journey word, there were some bits that I didn't actually completely punch out. So I grabbed my pokey tool to make that happen. Love me a good pokey tool, not even gonna lie. And then I'm going to use some of the Nouveau Deluxe to go ahead and get this journey word stuck down here. That little whitish strip that I have is just a decorative strip that came out of that Simple Stories collection, and it says location. It's not really part of the title, it's just a word decoration. So I go into my stash, I grab these alphas. They are clearanced out alphas from Hobby Lobby from who knows when. And I first was going to do it all in capital letters, and I was like, nah, I don't like the look at that at all. So I change it to just the A as a capital letter, and I spell out the word Alcatraz. Now, unfortunately, I did not have any more R's in this set. And I do have to say, whenever I say the letter R on voiceovers, I just want to be like, R. But that's besides the point. So I do grab a letter and trim that down. I end up taking the letter U and trimming off the little line down that makes it a U. And turn my letter into an R. I'm going to add adhesive onto my title cluster here and place it down on the layout. And now I'm like, now we need to decorate a little bit. So I'm thinking that I was going to keep going with the flower. I like the flower. I think it's pretty. I think it coordinates with what I've got going on here. But ultimately, I decided that the flowers didn't need to be on this layout. It just didn't fit with how I felt the layout was going. So I end up using this matchbook, and I space it just so you can see the word travel. And then I'm going to put that sticker back on the sticker sheet because, it's a good sticker and I want to use it somewhere else. And now it's time to bring in the stars. So I grab what little orange stars I have left, and I'm just going to sprinkle them around the title block. Now, I will eventually think about bringing in some of the green stars too, so that I can put stars up at the top of the page as well. However, I don't like the way that that looks at all. I'm going to get my little cluster up here as well, This is absolutely not necessary, but I really want it that you are here ticket on this layout, and there wasn't a good place for it where I have my title cluster decoration thing going. So I did pull out these gears. These were also from MK Shop. They came in an embellishment box, and I'm just going to pick out some gears and also some clock hands and kind of figure out where I like them on the layout. I like adding things that are different textured, so I'm adding in metallics here. We've got paper, we've got fiber, we've got foam, letter stickers, we've got acrylic, and these puffy stars. So I am happy with all the different kind of textures and feelings that I have going on this layout. Again, I'm using that Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, and I'm just going to set this layout off to the side, and it's going to dry. When it's completely dry, the Nouveau should hold it. If it doesn't, I'm going to hot glue that sucker. You guys know I'm a fan of that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get my booklets and pamphlets into that pocket, and then that is where I'm going to call this layout. So I'm just putting away those bits and bobs. I don't know why I left that in the video, but there it is. Proof that I do clean up some things. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.